Everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started with our BOCC airport meeting. Today's date is June 24, 2025. The time is 9 a.m. In attendance are Commissioners Eberline, Duncan, and Matari. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Are there any changes to the agenda? Hearing none. Public comment? Hearing none. First business item, Airport Advisory Board update, and it's a discussion. And we have our director of the airport, Gaston Patterson.
Absolutely. Good morning, Commissioners. I'll give the update for the last advisory board meeting. It was a pretty quick meeting. We did do something that, and I'll guess I bring you guys up to speed. They formed a development committee with a couple of the advisory board members and then a couple of stakeholders at the airport. Just kind of a subcommittee off the advisory board to review development. Originally, they kind of called it the North Side Development Committee, but it really kind of morphed into the airport as a whole, which actually fits their bylaws pretty well in having kind of a side committee that can review incoming commercial businesses, hangar builds, just kind of the future outlook of the airport. And then we can bring that to the advisory board and to this board as well. So it was pretty much a quick update with that development committee, and nothing else. There wasn't really any public comment, and it was a pretty low-key meeting as far as the advisory board goes.
Thank you. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 2, general update from Airport Director.
Absolutely. So today is the day before close on our Taxiway Charlie project. So it's been going very well. We have our whole new Taxiway Charlie installed that goes from our west ramp along the whole south side of runway 6 and then accesses the end of runway 6, a full parallel taxiway. So the construction went very well, paving went very well. The FAA was able to fix the approach lighting while that project was going on and our runway was closed. Our runway's been closed for about 15 days now. Tomorrow will be day 15. We plan on opening tomorrow at 7 p.m. Once they finish the final striping. But all in all, the project went fantastic. The contractor was excellent, and we were ahead of schedule in a lot of aspects. So excited to get that open and get everything working again. Obviously, as we're knocking on fire season here, we want to get our big runway back open for the tankers to be able to operate at the airport. So that's definitely number one. Going into the tower, our ATC tower is doing very well this year. We've implemented a lot of our friendly neighborhood kind of policies with them as we continue to flesh those out and identify different areas of concern for noise in the community. We're kind of using the tower to experiment different methods. The feedback has been fantastic, at least from our side. We track and log all of our noise complaints and concerns that come into the airport, however we receive them. And so far, we've seen a massive reduction in complaints coming into the airport. So I believe this time in the month of May last year, we received close to 8 complaints. This last May, we received 1, and we haven't received one so far in June. So the tower, I believe, is doing its job. The few people that have reached out just kind of questioning traffic have been more because the runway has been closed. With our main runway closed, it's routing a lot of jet traffic up and around in areas where traffic normally doesn't fly. So it's more of a, hey, we've never seen airplanes in this area. Is this normal, or is there a new airport here? We've heard that one. It's like, no, we're literally a couple days from going back to normal where people won't be overflying. So one of the biggest changes we've made, one of our big problem areas is kind of the Avondale Golf Course, Hayden, Honeysuckle area around the lake. When jets are coming in to land on runway 6 and the winds are favoring runway 24, they break off of that approach and they end up flying right over Hayden, and they're landing gear down like right over the golf course there. What we've done with the tower now is we've extended that well out over the lake towards the east side of the lake, so it keeps the airplanes a lot higher over town and keeps them a lot higher over Hayden, and it makes them enter at least a 4-mile final for 2-4. So like I said, it's bringing them at 5,000 to 6,000 feet well east and then bringing them straight in kind of over Lancaster and directly into the airport. So a lot less overflight, and we've noticed those calls have gone drastically down. So it's doing well so far. Any questions on the tower or its operations?
No.
Okay. We're just getting into our busy season. Memorial Day is kind of like flipping a switch. At the airport, we go from 150 operations a day to 300 to 400 a day pretty quickly. As soon as all the resorts open up down south, we start to see a major influx, and we're seeing that in our landing fees are going up, fuel flow numbers are going up. We're projecting a pretty strong revenue season. So we have already, as of last month, we've flowed 25,000 gallons more than the previous year. For May, that's huge. So this month, we're already projecting well over that as an increase. So revenues are looking strong this year as far as income. One big positive thing here, the Idaho State Department of Aeronautics, I don't know if you guys remember, a few months ago, we applied for a supplemental grant to install LED lighting at the airport. We were awarded $570,000 from that. We just got notification about a week ago that we were successful with that. So we'll be getting all new LED lighting for our small runway now to match our big runway. And they're also replacing all of our, they're called the PAPIs, Precision Approach Path Indicators, basically approach lighting for a runway to guide the airplanes in. Our current ones are knocking on 30 years old now and well past their service life. So they're also going to replace those with new LED models too. That's a huge maintenance savings for us as far as chasing issues with those. So we should be presenting the final paperwork for grant acceptance in the next week or so with you guys. And so that's a huge positive, and that is a 100% zero match. So that's pretty cool. Once that project's completed, I'm thinking construction on this it possibly could be done in the wintertime, likely next spring. Just it takes a lot of time to get the lighting in once you actually place an order like this. So essentially it's replacing the light, all the conductor, and the transformers in the ground. So it's bringing our whole system integrity up and up to date. So the only old incandescent lights we'll have left is our taxiways, and over the next few years as we rehab those will be swapped out. So we'll be 100% sustainable on our lighting, which will be really nice. Final item I have for y'all is the air show this Saturday. That's the big one. Everything is in place. All the agencies have been very cooperative with us, from fire to SO to all the agencies that are bringing stuff in. This is an event being hosted by Coeur d'Alene Aviation. So it's not a county event, but the airport is essentially facilitating it. We're partnering in that. It is at our airport, and we're providing emergency services for it. But that is poised to be a pretty good event. They've got a pretty cool roster of airplanes coming in and going to be performing. Working with the sheriff's office, we're going to be sending out notifications likely Thursday. Friday, they have to do a practice session. So essentially they go out and qualify for the FAA before the show. So there'll be low-flying airplanes and everything kind of out of the ordinary on Friday from about noon to 3. And then obviously the show day Saturday from noon to 3, there'll be that. So we just want to get the word out kind of so people aren't calling off the hook wondering what's going on with airplanes over the weekend. But hopefully that's a good event. There's a lot of cool things there, cool things to see, and there's been some pretty good reception for it. So we're here to support it however we can. Other than that, available to answer any questions for you.
Thank you. Any questions, comments?
I was just double checking the time. Just noon to 3 on Saturday for the air
Correct.
show.
So gates are 10 to 4. So there's
Okay.
going to be a whole bunch of vendors and stack displays that you can come in and look at. The actual waiver period for the show is 12:30 to 3:30. So that's like a 3-hour window that they can perform inside there. I believe it's roughly a 2-hour show as far as what's currently on the books.
All right, and then we stop all regular traffic from
Correct.
noon
We
to
have
3.
what's called a TFR, so
Yeah.
temporary flight restriction, that is a 4-mile ring that goes over the airport, and it is a all stop, all shut down. There are no aircraft allowed in there unless you talk to the air boss and are a part of the show. So it keeps everyone grounded in that area. Yeah.
You got any cool airplanes coming in?
We do. So we have a P-51, a Corsair, are both going to be
Yeah.
doing full aerobatics. So that'll be cool. Those are from the Erickson collection over in Oregon. Along with them, the whole bunch of the little, real sporty tumblers and long easy aircraft. One of the Rattan airplanes are going to be doing aerobatics there. And then we have a F-18 coming in from Whidbey, one of the new Growlers, is going to be showing up for static display. He won't be performing. The way our airport's laid out, it really doesn't lend itself to aerobatics with turbine aircraft. We can do like flat passes and stuff, but we're pretty lucky to be getting this airplane in, so excited for that. Should be pretty cool. We have some pretty decent statics there.
What time does it start again?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock?
Yep, gates will open at 10, gates will close at 4, and then the actual flying portion of the show will be just afternoon.
And where can people get tickets?
If you go to Coeur d'Alene Aviation's webpage, or even if you search on Facebook for the actual air show, they have a portal that takes you to there. You can buy tickets at the gate as well
Okay.
if you don't want to pre-purchase them. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we get a pass?
Do you get a pass?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely come out. Absolutely.
What about if we have a grandkid or two?
Absolutely. Kids under 12 are free to get in. So, yeah,
Awesome.
definitely. It's kind of exciting. It's been a while since we've had
They
an
are
actual-
very, very interesting to watch.
Yes. I'm excited to see the World War II stuff, to see the Corsair and the Mustang go. That'll be really cool. And it is, I mean, being Pappy Boyington Airport with the Corsair, that's pretty huge having that here. So,
Corsair was one of my favorite airplanes.
absolutely.
Any other questions, comments? No? Well, keep up the good work.
Excellent. Will do.
All right, next up, public comment. Hearing none, 9/11, meeting adjourned.